welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Dawn here. So today I'm with you because I thought we'd do a book cover. So all I've done so far is, this is just a sketch pad from the works, and let me just take that off. I've taken off the back cover, and then I've just got, this is a bit of chipboard that came from a paper pad that I keep all of these, and then I've just measured it, done the holes, ready to go. I did have a little mistake there, but hopefully we'll be able to solve that using some bits and pieces. Now the lovely Steph from Effian and Cards gifted me some of this gorgeous textured like webbing. I got it in white and black off her, and I just thought, how cool is that? So it has to be used. And then she gifted me all of these amazing pumpkins, and the first thing that came into my head was I have to do some sort of a Halloween themed sketchbook. So that's what we're going to do, just using these bits. And then the other thing that she gifted me was this word happy, and that's all I'm going to put on the front. I'm not going to put like Halloween or anything, I'm just going to put happy. Yeah, why not? So they're the bits that we're going to use. So this and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through my stash and see what papers I have, and I'm going to cover the inside and the back page as well, just so that it all looks really nice. So the first thing that I will be doing is, and I'm going to put it up on a speed up because I'm literally just going to be painting this black, and I'm going to be painting all of my pieces black, ready to go. And then once I've painted them all black and they have dried, will then be I'll come back on and we'll do our we'll do our composition. So this is going to be like a really nice chunky notebook, so which I think is just going to look so cool. So this is what I'm sort of thinking. Now I don't mind if they sort of hang over the edge, that for me is fine, but I want it, like I said, I want this to be quite a chunky feel to it book. So right, I'm thinking something like that, and then with the happy, I like the idea of the happy just being down there. So we are going to have some bits of overhang, but what I'm thinking is that's not going to be too bad. We can always just, no, I don't want to cut it down. I think we should just have the little bits of overhang actually. I quite like the idea of having the pumpkin heads in there, but I think that might just be just a little bit too much. So yeah, I'm quite liking that. So I'm thinking that that's what I'm going to go with. So yeah, how gorgeous does that look? Now the reason why I'm painting all of my pieces first before I go I stick them down is because I want them to be fully black. I want them to be fully covered, and I struggle with getting my paintbrush in, which is why I'm choosing to do this one this way. Now this gorgeous texture, I am going to be actually move all of them out of the way. So I'm going to be cutting this down to size, but I'm going to do 2 layers of it because I really want it super funky. So that's what I'm going to do. So that I will stick down using my gesso. I will probably put some PVA glue or something down, but my gesso will be enough to stick it down, and then when I come to stick these down with gel medium, that will stick it down as well. So that is what we're going to do, and it's going to be awesome. So I'm going to put you on speed up now, just while I cut this down. I paint all of these black and the base black, and then I'll come to you again and we'll start sticking stuff down. So yeah, I hope you enjoy the next bit. so I'm back. Right, it's just about dry. So you will have seen the last thing that I did, I was putting some micro beads on, so put them all over, and then I ended up making myself a little paste of micro beads so that I can just get them out of my stash, paste them on, and they're all done. And all I did was I just got some out of my stash. Let me just grab the bottle. So here it is. So these are little tubs I got from Poundland. So as you can see, I now have a texture paste, and all it is just gel medium and micro beads in 2 different colours. So they're in yellow and green. They're the sort of colours that I wouldn't use much. So yeah, I just thought, well, we're going to be painting over them anyway. So yeah, how cool is that? That is looking fabulous. So what we need to do, because obviously we've got some, do you know, I keep dropping everything today, guys. So let me just grab that and pick that up. So what we need to do is we actually need to come on and we need to do a really quick coat of gesso. And the reason why is because we've got all these micro beads that we've just stuck on that are all coloured up. So if we put any colour over that, it's just going to show the colour underneath, and that's not what we want. So also the gel medium that I'm using is a gloss gel medium. So when it dries glossy, whereas this the gesso that I'm using doesn't dry glossy, it dries matte. So I also want to take away all of that gloss. Now I could quite easily solve that if I used a gel medium in a matte finish, but however I just use the what do you call it, the 13 Arts one, and I don't think they've got, I think they've just got one type of gel medium. So yeah, it's just the one that I prefer to use, but I don't mind going over and having to do a little extra coat of gesso just to get rid of that. It's not something that really would bother me much. Yeah, I don't normally go over, I just end up, but because we've got those we've got the micro beads which are like in a yellow colour, that's why I thought, well, you know what, we may as well, because normally we're going to cover most of this anyway, because I am going to use acrylic paint to colour this. We're going to go with oranges. I think orange will look really cool. I'm also thinking maybe like olive colours. I'm not quite sure. I need to go through my stash and see what I have. And that's a good thing about mixed media. If you're going to do something very similar to this, you don't have to have the same products as me. You do not have to have the same pumpkins. You don't have to have you know, the same words. You could go in and you could get hearts out, and you could do the same sort of thing for hearts. My background texture, you don't have to use what I use. You use a stencil. You know, there's ways and means. This is just to give you inspiration. And also, this is going to end up being the prize. So I don't know when this is going up. It's probably going to go up in September. But this is the prize for my Facebook group, but this is going to be October's prize. So yeah, so I'm well ahead of my prizes, would you believe, first time ever. So I like to send something that I've made, whether it be a book cover, a canvas, some sort of mixed media piece. So I try and vary it from month to month. So if you'd like to come and join in on October's, then please do pop over to the Facebook group. It is Shiny Silver Treasure Crafts. Alternatively, if you want to just nip into the description box, the link is there. So yeah, right, what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to heat this up. I'm actually going to get my heat tool and speed the drying process on this, because I really want to get going. I really want to see this finished. So I'm going to go off camera now. We're going to blast this, then I'm going to get my colours out, and then I'll be back. So I'll be back in a second. Okay, so I'm back. So it's nice and dry. I haven't covered, I'm just grabbing some brushes. I haven't covered it all with gesso, so we still got some of those bright areas, which, like I said, I don't mind, because we are going to go over this with a paint. Now I do need to keep an eye on my camera, because I am running low on time, so I'm going to have to keep that in mind. But I've just gone in through my stash. So I have these distress inks in Rusty Hinge and Frayed Burlap, so distress paints. I got these really cheap. They're the only two that I have, but I thought, you know what, this is a perfect one to have it, so I'm going to use those. I also have this in Summer Peach. It's an acrylic paint to come from Craftbox, and I've got this one in Pumpkin, again from Craftbox. I've got this one, which is Red Caffeine. This is a 13 Arts one, so I thought we could use that. I have this Finishing Touches in Emerald. Maybe use it. I'm actually looking, thinking no, but I am going to add this. This is a Prima, and this is Lucky Emerald. It's a gorgeous colour, so I'm going to add some of that to it. I also picked out yellow, so I'm going to start off with the yellow and then as my base. I've also picked out a gold because I thought that would be nice. Then I've got my gold Pebeo gilding wax in case I want to use that. I've also got this vintage stencil paste, but if I'm to use it, I'll be using it as a paint, but I'm thinking that they're about the same colour, so I'll probably just use that one. And then last of all, I got the new souffles. So the souffles, these are the Mixed Media Autumn souffles. So you get two of them. You get this one, which is Autumn Leaves, which is like coppers and greens, absolutely gorgeous. And then you get this one, which is Magic Potion, and it is purples and coppers, absolutely gorgeous. So I thought that definitely going to have to add some of that onto it. So yeah, so I'm going to use my glass mat as my palette, as I normally do. And what I'm going to do is so this is just I'm just using acrylic paint today. So this one I got in a scrawler box, and it's just lemon yellow, and it's a dowel round one. I want to put some of these ones out. So, oh, that's actually a lot runnier than what I thought. So I think there might be a bit too much in there, but we can definitely use it up. So a bit of that. I think that Rusty Hinge is going to work perfectly. Now these I will have to just pop on my mat like so. But I like to have all my colours that I'm planning on using, I like to have them out and ready. So yeah, oh, that's a nice thick one. So I'm thinking the yellow and the peach I'll probably start off with. So I'm going to use this brush because we've started using it. So the key to using the acrylic paint is very little on your brush. Work it into your brush. You want as little as possible, because remember, you can always add, you can't take away. And the first thing that I want to do is I'm going brushing just with really light strokes. And I tend to keep going in the same direction when I first start, but direction really isn't important. I think a variety of directions really help. So that's what we're going to do. Now I'm going to add some, oh, that yellow's lovely. Yes, that's perfect. So the yellow I'm going to go over the pumpkins with. So that's them. And I think I had a bit too much on my brush there, but that's fine because we are going to build up layers. Now I'm going to be doing the same thing all the way through this, just grabbing a bit of paint and going across. Now I'm going to focus a lot of the yellow and the oranges and stuff on the pumpkin pieces, so on this area, and then for the brown and maybe the Rusty Hinge and stuff will be the rest of it. So yeah, I mean, it will go through a messy stage where you think, oh Dawn, what are you doing? But trust me, this is gonna go well, I'm hoping it goes really nice. So and yeah, so I'm literally just dry brushing my pen, but remember the key is very little on your brush and just nice soft movements. Just flick your brush. There's no sort of there's no rules with this, but you'll find that the more you do of this, the more yeah, the better you'll sort of get with it, and the more you'll understand your products as well. So a lot of mixed media is also understanding how your products work, and unless you just dive in at the deep end like I'm doing, which is what I did, you're not going to learn. Experiment, have fun with it. You know, you're always going to have and if it goes through, if you look at it and you think, oh my word, what on earth have I done? Keep going. Trust me, keep going. Just keep on adding, keep on, you know, going through, adding different layers, because eventually you'll get to the point where you will absolutely love it. Sometimes just walk away. But don't, you know, don't give up. Your work always has a messy stage, always, definitely. So yeah, just keep on going with that. I mean, this straight away, I could quite happily leave it like that, but it's not what I'm looking for. I'm wanting lots of colour on this. How gorgeous is that looking? Oh, I love it. Right, okay, so I'm going to pop you on speed up now, because I am just going to be doing the same thing over and over again, because I am building this up in layers. So I'm working with each colour, and yeah, just basically it is all about my layers. It's adding really thin layers to this, and just, yeah, picking up all that texture. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to leave you now and put some music on, and yeah, I will see you when all of the painting has finished. So I'm back. How amazing is that looking? Look at all that gorgeous texture. Do you know what? I'm absolutely loving this. I think it's turned out amazingly. Now, I didn't use any of the dark brown, but I don't think we need it. What I am going to do, because I really want to use some of this wax, is because it's just, I think just adding that little touches of the green in is probably going to just, yeah, make it look fabulous, hopefully. So I'm just going to look at trying to capture all of that lovely texture on them, but it's just so that we add just another shade. I am going to come in with my Gilded Wax as well, with the gold, because I think that will look really nice. So yeah, just going around really, and I'm just using my fingers for this as well. So you saw me clean my desk off. I found that this is from Lidl, kitchen cleaner. Oh my goodness, it works a treat. It is absolutely amazing for getting all the stuff off my thing, so I don't have to sit there with my blade anymore and do it. So yeah, I'm absolutely chuffed to bits with that. So this is actually proven to be perfect for this. So I got it from a craft box, because as most of you know, I was subscribed to craft box's subscription each month, but then they've changed it to a like 4-year, I think, so it's like a seasonal one. So yeah, which is a bit of a shame, because I do miss getting it, but I still have a lot of the products that came in there, so I'm trying to use them up. I need to use up my products really, because I have that many of them. Right, that I'm running out of room, and plus I don't want to throw any more away. I threw a lot away because I haven't wanted to use it, because I've been hoarding it, and then when I did come to use it, they've all been which is really annoying, been dried up. So please do use your products. You bought them to use them, don't hoard them, have fun with them. You know, that's what it's all about. So yeah, please do use them. Right, I'm loving how that looks. I think adding that, just that hint of green, it's not really picking up on the camera of what I can see. I hope it is. I hope you see it, but yeah, it's just adding some more tones to our piece. So okay, so I'm just going, now this wax, I've had this for about a year. I've got a purple one as well. No, not purple, sorry, a blue one. And they are absolutely fab. So eventually, you know, I might get some more, but yeah, I do like them. Now, I'm going to come in with my Gilded Wax. So let me just put that off to the side. So this is just Pebeo Gilded Wax, and this is in King Gold is the one that I have. So there's a few different ones, and again I'm going to sort of go around the edges of the pumpkins, just to help make them stand out really nicely. Yeah, I like that, really like that actually. So just adding that on. So it was our lovely Julia who got me into this. She uses it, and she has a mass, like she's had it for about 10 years. And I did buy the Inca Gold one. Now that went mouldy, I had to bin that, which I was a bit gutted about, because I did like it. I love the colour of it. But I also have some Nouveau mousses, but if you put your fingers in them, they will go mouldy. So you've got to be super careful of what you actually, yeah, with it, like putting your fingers and things in, which is a bit of a shame. But anyway, however, this one, Julia's had hers for years and years, and she puts her fingers in, no bother, with no issues. So I thought, you know what, I'm just going to bite the bullet, I'm just going to get it. So I got this one, and I got the silver one. And you know, I tend to go more towards the gold than I do the silver, which is not what I thought would happen, but there you go. Right, I'm going over the words with the gold, because I really like how that looks. So yeah, I think it looks really, really nice as gold with that bit of black coming through, because it looks like it's been oxidized. Really nice. Okay, so we're slowly getting there, really slowly, but you know, it's taking shape. I'm loving how it's looking. Now normally I would add on extras, but this time I'm not. I'm actually, what I'm doing now, it will be the finished product. So yeah, but I'm just going to take what's left on my finger, which actually isn't much at all, and just, oh, I love that. How awesome does that look, guys? That definitely looks really, really cool. Yeah, now last thing that I want to do is we've got to add some glitter. We have to. Now I have no idea how this souffle is going to look, because I've never used it before. So, oh, look at that goodness. Isn't that gorgeous? So it's going to be as much of a surprise for you guys as it will be for me. But I just knew as soon as I started this that I had to use this product. So that is what we're going to do. And it's just going to add some gorgeous, gorgeous sparkle to our piece. Now the only downside that I will say to the souffles is it does dry glossy. But it's for the amount of glitter that you get and for the amount of sparkle you get, it's not a big of an issue. It's just there's certain projects that I do that I actually wished it was matte, and I think this is one of them, because the majority of this is matte. So but we'll see what it looks like, because I could always go over it with clear gesso to make it matte if I wanted it to. Right, oh, this is so nice. I'm literally going to put it everywhere. So lots and lots of sparkle on. So in all my shadow areas, actually, of all places. But yeah, why wouldn't you want some sparkle on? So what I'll probably do is I'm going to leave this to dry, and once this has dried, I'll come back and I'll show you the end result. But I have to say, it's looking fantastic. I'm loving it, really, really loving it. So I've got a little bit more, and I just want to add some in there. So it's mainly the pumpkins. I was thinking of putting some on the word happy, but I think the fact that that's all gold will be just fine. So yeah, now I have to go and find some papers in my stash that we can sort of work with what we have created. So I'm not sure what I have, but I'm sure we'll have something. But that is that all nice and put on, so that's going to be nice and sparkly. But like I say, I've not seen how this is going to react or how it's going to look when it is dry. That's why you should really swatch your products before using them, but it's a new product, I had to use it. So that's what we've got so far. So I'm going to leave that to dry, and then we'll come back and we'll put the book together and finish off. So yeah, I'll be back in a second. Okay, so it is just about dry. How sparkly and gorgeous does that look? I hope it's picking it up. Oh my god, I love it, I love it, I love it. It's absolutely fantastic. So I have found some papers that I would like to use. Let me just move these out of the way. I'm sort of working on 2 projects in one go, because when you do mixed media, there's a lot of waiting around, so it's ideal if you have lots of stuff to sort of do as you go. What else will they do? There it is. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I found this in my stash, absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous paper pad. So this is called Woodland Friends, and it is a Crafter's Companion one. It cost me $5.99, but I thought this wooden paper at the back would be absolutely perfect for this. So I'm just going to take out 2 pages, because you do need 2 pages when doing this. So, well, actually you need 1.5. Come on. It was doing book covers that actually got me into paper crafting, would you believe it? So yeah, right, come on, please, come out. There we go. Right, okay, so yeah, so that's what I'm going to use. So I mean, you can use anything. I mean, I wouldn't go out buying any particular like sort of paper pad just so that you can have a certain thing, like a certain, what do you call it, oh, do you know what, I'm really bad today with my words. Now I'm going to have it so that the wood goes, yeah, lengthways. So what I'm going to do, I've just got, when I find my glues, so I've left the lid off because that was very clever of me. I'm going to use my art glitter glue. Now for the back piece, I'm going to have it so that, come on, out you come. Where's my pin? Right, there's one there. So let's see if we can unblock this. I don't normally go in like this, but let's see if it works. There we go. So I'm going to use my art glitter glue for this. Now I'm going to make sure that I have a really good coverage. Now for the back one, you can either cut it down so that it's exactly the same size, but what I like to do is I like to actually roll it over so that we have it covers the edge of this. Now you can't do that unfortunately for the front unless you were to do put the paper on beforehand, but I have done that once and realised that it is such a bad idea, because then I actually needed to recover it, because when you do mixed media, the mediums do go onto the back, so yeah, and there's just no way of doing it. So I'm going to pop that on first, just like so. Now I am leaving an edge like around like that. Okay, so there's that. Now what I'm going to do before we do anything is I'm actually going to go along and I'm going to punch out the holes on all of these, because you'll find if you don't punch out your holes once you roll over, it's so hard to find them. So you're best off doing your holes being one of the first things before you start trimming it down. So I do my holes first, and I'm having to do it with two hands because unfortunately I don't have any strength in this hand, so so please do bear with me. Okay, and then the last two, and okay, so there we go. I'm just going to get rid of those little bits out of there because we will need to use it again. Right, now that that's done, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in with my scissors. Well, you actually can either use your scissors or you can use, I have my knife here, so I'm going to use my knife, my craft knife. So I'm just going to go across that top bit like so, just to there. That is it. And then I'm going to do the same on this side. Actually, I have to say it is a lot easier with the craft knife than it is with the scissors. So, and then I want to just trim down here as well. I think I need to actually, oh, that looks really cool. Okay, so then once we've done that, so I'm not, as you can see, I'm not actually cutting away any of this. I'm literally just going to fold it over, tease it over very gently like so, and lay that down. Then now that that's been folded, I'm now going to pop on another generous coating of glue. Now I have found that you need a generous coating, and that ensures that it sticks really nicely and really evenly as well. So I tend to put quite a bit on. I can't, oh, it's leaking out of there, so I'm wondering if that's not, where's my, there it is, just wipe that with my rag. So it's leaking for some reason, so I think I may have to get another bottle. So I might have broken this one, which does not surprise me if I have, because yeah, it has been, this is actually an old bottle that I had. I have got new ones, several new ones actually. Right, I can see plenty of glue on there, so I'm just going to tease that over again, and then we're going to stick that down. Okay, so really make sure that is nice and stuck. Now you can use a palette knife if you have one, or you can use, so I have this credit card, well, scroller box palette card knife thing, just to make sure that it's nice and flat and even. And then after that, it is just a case of trimming it all again. So again, I'm using my craft knife because I have just discovered it is so much nicer to use than the scissors. So just like that. Oh, that's got stuck on there. Oh, that was a close call. I thought I nearly had to redo it then. So just like that, and then what we're going to do is come in with our hole punch, and then we are going to just redo all those holes, and then that is ready to go. Now it's going to be a bit more difficult on the front. I have gone over and repunched where, like, all the holes. I can see the holes, but I think it's going to be quite difficult once I get the paper on the back. But we shall just see how it goes. Now I do need to keep an eye on my time because I literally only have, it looks like I only have 9 minutes. So what I might do is stop it here, and yeah, put my new memory card in. If I can find it, I did pop it somewhere. Yeah, so I'm going to just swap memory cards and I will be back. Okay, so that's all swapped. Hopefully I'll be able to edit quite happily, so we'll see. Right, okay, so we've done the back one, so now let's do the front one. Oh, doesn't that just look fab? If I remember rightly, we put the back one on first and then we put our front one on. So I'm just going to put this back onto the book itself. So there it is. Okay, right, so what we need to do is exactly the same as what we've just done. I need my glue. Where's my glue? Oh, I've lost it. I did have it a second ago. Yeah, it's just hiding from me. I wonder if this tacky glue will work. So this is just tacky glue in here, so both work quite fine. Right, do you know what? I'm going to take that nib off because this is quite tacky glue. I find through those nibs are awful. So yeah, right, making sure to have plenty of glue on. Actually, I wonder if this is the Nouveau glue. I don't know, I can't remember what I put in these. I just know my hot glitter glue one. Okay, and then we are literally just going to make sure we put lots of glue on because we really want this to have a really good adhesion. Okay, this is running out, which is typical, but we're going to use it up. Right, okay, I'm just going to grab my art glitter glue, okay, before it all dries. Right, and then I'm going to grab my wood grain paper. Now it doesn't matter which way because there is no directional way on this. Now I'm going to line it up perfectly with this side because it would be quite difficult for me because it's sort of peeking over the side just a little bit. It's easier if I do it this way and then cut down there because that side is a lot nicer. So what we're going to do is we're going to just get our craft knife and we're going to cut around. I can't believe I've been using scissors all these years and actually using a craft knife is so much nicer to do. And yeah, much neater. So there is that. Okay, and then the same as the front cover, what we are going to do is we're going to find our hole punch, and then all the way along I am just going to pop a hole in, and hopefully we can do this without much of a problem. So we seem to be okay so far, so that is good. Yeah, some of them I didn't quite get, like I didn't remove some of that backing but the backing has come loose at the spine. I don't mind. I wasn't looking for a really good adhesion to the spine, I have to admit, because of the fact that I wasn't sure how the spine, like where the holes were going to be. So I didn't reinforce that. I did with the rest of it, but I didn't reinforce that bit. So if it comes off, I'm okay with that. And actually, it's gonna have to, because yeah, that was not good. So right, okay, that looks to be much better. Right, nearly there, guys. So just gonna go in. Because there is a lot of texture on this is why I'm struggling. So you need to be, when you're doing book covers, you need to be aware. I do actually have a hole punch. Get rid of that glue. I do have a hole punch that I can use without, it's like a screw one, so you just screw it down. So if needed be, I could have just got that out really, but yeah. Right, okay, there we have it. So that's that done. So I'm just going to bring this back. Now we put this on that way. So let's pop that in. Now I'm going to have to open these a little bit more, otherwise they're not going to go in because of the dimension of it. So I'm just going to open that up. But yeah, I think this is going to be a lovely prize, and I have to say big thank you to our lovely Steph from F.E.N. Cards, because she's the one who gifted me these gorgeous things, and you know, they've turned out into a beautiful book cover. So I hope you've enjoyed watching. Now please do bear with me, we are going to get this in. I am determined. Right, okay, it'll be a little bit of a struggle at first, but once we've got it in, then we'll be good to go. There we go. So now that's in, let's just close this all up. So we're going to close it like so, all the way around, because we do not want this to fall apart at all. So need to make sure that's nicely closed. And then there we go. Let me get rid of these little bits. That is our book cover, all completely finished. So it will be the prize in my Facebook group. So Shiny Silver Treasure Crafts, do come over. It'll be lovely to have you. And there will be a so each month I do a challenge. So for September it is autumn. So anything to do with autumn, doesn't matter what you make as long as it's got the autumn colours in. And I think for October it's going to be a Halloween make, just because it goes with this. So yeah, as long as you make it, it doesn't matter what you make. You don't even have to make a full project. You could just have a play with some paints and pop that on. It could, honestly, it could be anything. But I have to say that's turned out beautifully. So I'm really pleased with that. And I'm hoping that the winner of my challenge enjoys using it. So yeah, I hope they're happy with it. That is it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I really do hope you've enjoyed it. Please do subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hopefully we will see you again very soon in another video. But until then, please do take care and happy crafting. Bye.